I'm Karen, 32. Standing in the living room of the house I've been paying for, the air thick with tension and disbelief, I look at my family's shocked faces. The sound of their own cruel words, played from my phone, still lingers in the air. It's a moment I've been dreading and anticipating for so long. My family, or what I once thought of as my family, consists of my mother, Carol, 58, a manipulative woman who has always used her charm to get what she wants. My younger sister, Lily, 25, a self-centered girl who thinks the world owes her everything. And my younger brother, Tom, 22, a lazy and irresponsible young man. 5 years ago, after my father passed away, I took it upon myself to support the family. I was working long hours at a financial firm, crunching numbers day in and day out. I lived in a tiny, shabby apartment with old appliances while they enjoyed a spacious three-bedroom house in a nice neighborhood. It was a typical late night at the office. I was struggling to finish a big project. When I finally got home, exhausted, I sat down at my dining table to continue working on my laptop. The harsh glow of the screen cast shadows on the messy papers around me. Suddenly, my phone vibrated. It was Lily. I smiled, thinking she might need some advice about her college courses. But when I answered, all I heard was the sound of a party in the background. Glasses clinking, laughter, and music. I called her name, but there was no response. I thought it was a pocket dial, until I heard my name. Can you believe Karen still thinks she's helping us? Lily's voice, cold and cutting. She's basically an ATM with a pulse. Carol's laughter followed, a cruel and heartless sound. She owes us for not getting married and having kids. Tom joined in, slurring his words. What else is she going to spend her money on? I was frozen, unable to move or hang up. Tears welled up in my eyes as I listened to their scheme. They were planning to tell me the rent had gone up again and ask me to cover more expenses. Memories of all the sacrifices I'd made came flooding back. I'd canceled my dream vacation to Hawaii when Tom had a tuition emergency. I'd postponed my own dental treatment twice when Lily's car broke down. I'd even taken on a second job as a part-time barista when Carol claimed she had huge medical bills. After that night, I started to see things clearly. I began to collect evidence, going through bank statements and checking their social media profiles. I found out that Lily had been on a luxury cruise during a so-called financial crisis, and Carol had been to expensive spas while complaining about medical costs. When Carol invited me to a family dinner, I knew it was another act. I put on an old, worn-out sweater and faded jeans, pretending to be struggling. At the dinner, they played their usual game. They told me the rent had gone up by $300 and asked for my help. I pretended to be sympathetic, but I had already made up my mind. While they were in the kitchen, I found the real rent notice, which showed only a $50 increase. I also took photos of Carol's bank statement, which revealed all her unnecessary expenses. When the rent was due, I didn't pay. I turned off my phone and ignored their messages. They started to panic, sending me desperate texts and calls. But I was done being their ATM. Finally, I decided to confront them. I walked into the house with all the evidence in my hand. I played the recording of their conversation and showed them the bank statements and social media screenshots. Their faces turned pale as they realized I knew everything. They tried to bargain and make excuses, but I was firm. I'm done, I said. No more financial support. Family isn't about taking, it's about giving. I took out the house key and placed it on the table. As I walked out of the house, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. It was a painful but necessary decision. Now a year has passed. I've surrounded myself with real friends. Eleanor, my kind-hearted colleague, offered me her support. Michael, from the accounting department, who had gone through a similar experience, encouraged me to set boundaries. I've been promoted to a senior position at work. My emergency fund is growing, and I'm planning to start a new life. I still receive occasional messages from my family, but they no longer have the power to hurt me. I've learned that sometimes the family you choose is more important than the one you're born into.